Arisa Nicole performing the national anthem at Dodger Stadium. Tonight, the national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Quickly approaching Game 2 between the Cubs and Dodgers in L.A. When we come back, the baseball board next on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
And we're back, folks. It looks like Jim from sales just got in from his client lunch, and he's got receipts.
His next meeting is in 2 minutes. The team is asking, can he get through his expenses in that time?
He's going for it. Is that his phone? He's snapping a pic. He's texting Rem.
Jim is fast, but this is unheard of.
That's it. He's done it. It's unbelievable.
On Ramp, expenses are faster than ever. Just submit them with a text. Switch your business to ramp.com.
Hey, it's me, Paige DeSorbo, and I'm so excited to share my new shoe collection at DSW, filled with my favorite styles and trends for spring. Because if you know me, you know I'm kind of obsessed with shoes. And by kind of obsessed, I mean head over heels. You're going to love these shoes, so snag super cute styles like cute flats, fun heels, and cool sneakers from the Paige DeSorbo collection right now at your DSW store or dsw.com.
Will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep. Look, ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor. You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a multi-dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Cubs Dodgers in Los Angeles. Who are you banking on? Is sponsored by UC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Kyle Tucker. And if you've been following the Cubs all season, I really don't need to give a reason why. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Right-hander Ben Brown going for the Cubs. 1-1, a 7+ ERA. He's allowed 11 runs in 11 2/3 over 3 games this season, including a loss to L.A. in Tokyo. Fellow right-hander Roki Sasaki is going for the Dodgers. He has yet to record a decision in 3 starts. He's got a 4+ ERA, but the Dodgers have won each of his starts. Sasaki held the Cubs to 1 run over 3 innings in Tokyo, 5 walks in that game. Around Baseball, sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. The Tigers shut out the Twins 4-0. Jackson Jobe earns his first career win. The Phillies, a 4-1 winner over the Cardinals. Former Cub Nick Castellanos with a 2-run double. Yankees double up the Giants 8-4. It was the A's 3, Mets 1. The Orioles, a 5-4 winner over the Blue Jays. The Braves knock off the Rays 5-4. The White Sox, a 3-2 winner over the Red Sox. Brooks Baldwin with a walk-off single. Marlins beat the Nationals 7-6. The Guardians, a 6-3 winner over the Royals. Here in L.A., it's time for baseball. Cubs, Dodgers, packed, run. Next on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, weekend warriors, how's a little trail therapy sound right now?
Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Ready to take your fitness to the next level? For 40 years, Fitness Formula Clubs has prioritized upgrades to help you achieve your goals faster. Bounce back stronger with the help of our recovery lounges. Track results along your fitness journey directly from your smartphone with our in-body composition analyzers. Stay motivated with our exclusive group fitness classes. And keep every workout feeling fresh with our newest fitness equipment and technology. Don't settle for ordinary. Step into extraordinary at FFC, Chicago's best health clubs. Visit ffc.com/Odyssey to claim your special offer today.
Canva presents a work love story like no other. Meet Productivity. She's all business.
The Canva doc is done.
Creativity is more of a free thinker.
Whiteboard brainstorm.
They're worlds apart, but sometimes opposites attract. Thanks to Canva.
The data is in the deck.
And now it's an animated graph.
Canva, where productivity meets creativity. Now showing on computer screens everywhere. Love your work at canva.com.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Justin Steele.
Swing and a miss, strike three. A perfect 1-2-3 inning for Justin Steele.
Hey, it's Nico Horner.
Diving backhand stop by Horner, throws to first to get it. Sensational play.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer. This is what you came here for. Got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. It's time for Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. Zach Zaidman is working alongside. We all thank you for joining us. We are just about ready for the middle game of the weekend set. The Dodgers beat the Cubs last night 3-0. The Cubs will try to even the series and snap a little 2-game skid in the process. It's another pleasant evening in Southern California. 70 degrees, partly cloudy, but very comfortable. Game time temperature 70 degrees. Game time temperature, by the way, sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing and Electric, your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Zach Zaidman a moment ago told you the starting pitchers, a couple of hard young right-handers. Ben Brown going for the Cubs and Roki Sasaki starting for the Dodgers. The rest of the lineups look like this, and the lineups are sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. Ian Happ will lead off in left. Kyle Tucker in right. Seiya Suzuki hits third. He's the designated hitter. Michael Busch at first. Dansby Swanson batting fifth. Swanson at short. Justin Turner at third base. Nico Horner at second base. Batting eighth in center field, Pete Crow Armstrong. And batting ninth and doing the Cubs catching, Carson Kelly. We'll take a timeout. Dodgers are on the field. Baseball right around the corner. Cubs are in Los Angeles. Back to get it started after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a multi-dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yuengling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yuengling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, and this is a pretty old tradition. But the Cubs would like to switch things around today as opposed to what happened yesterday, partner.
It was a tough night last night, Ron. The Cubs offense just could not get going against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He did pitch a whale of a game, but the Cubs were shut down 3-0. We gave you the Cubs lineup, the Dodgers lineup like this. Shohei Ohtani is the designated hitter. Mookie Betts at shortstop. At first base is Freddie Freeman. Teoscar Hernandez bats fourth in right field. The left fielder is Michael Conforto. Tommy Edman batting sixth and playing second base. Max Muncy at third. Andy Pages in center and batting ninth and catching Austin Barnes. Right-hander Roki Sasaki, he's a very hard thrower. He's had control issues in his first few starts. Former Japanese star ready to go to work. We are ready for baseball. We thank you for joining us. Ian Happ waiting. The first pitch of the game is taken down low, and away we go. Ian Happ, like most of his teammates, without a hit last night. He was 0 for 3. His average dipping down to 194. Now the right-hander comes back, and it's down low. Ron, what's the plan against Roki Sasaki?
I think just what Ian's doing right here in his first at-bat, and that's taking some pitches. I would think the Cubs, through the first turn through the lineup, would be very patient at the plate to see if he's going to throw enough strikes.
Another pitch not close, low and inside, 3-0.
You and I were talking about he has not thrown 5 innings yet in a start here in the major leagues. His command has been very suspect so far, and, first 3 pitches have not really been close.
He fires a strike here, 3-1. Sasaki without a decision. Cubs saw him over in Japan. He was wild, had no decision in that game. Hasn't had a decision in any game. The 3-1 to Happ, pulled on the ground to first and fielded by Freeman from foul territory. Overhands the throw to the pitcher, coming over in time. And that's out number 1. Freeman backed up to get a more convenient bounce, and he made a nice play, and the batter now is Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, that's a really nice play by Freeman. He gets an in-between hop, and he's on the move on his glove side. Definitely not an easy catch of that ground ball. But Freddie, a long-time first baseman and a very good one, makes a nice play.
Just underway, here's Kyle Tucker. He had the only extra base knock for the Cubs last night, a double. Hitting .317, strong left-handed batter with a very smooth swing. Takes a little bit high for ball 1. Cubs in their traveling unis, the gray shirts and trousers tonight. Red numbers on their backs, dark blue hats and helmets. Tucker will take down low, and it's ball 2. Cubs have dark shoes, blue socks, blue sleeves. The Dodgers in their home whites, bright white shirts and trousers. They've got blue hats and sleeves and socks. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way to Kyle Tucker.
No, this is a rocket, and it's hooking away from Paez, and he makes a nice catch, as you said. He gets down low and catches this ball and then slides about a good 15 feet on that tight grass in the outfield. This ballpark, the surface plays very fast, I guess even for guys that slide.
Yeah, it was a very nice play. It almost looked like he was battling the sun as he chased after it, and then he slid and made a nice grab. Suzuki had a base hit last night. He hits a bouncer to short, fielded by Betts, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Roki Sasaki. After a half, Cubs nothing, Dodgers coming up on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Pat and Ron bring you the sights and sounds of Cubs baseball right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
If reaching new customers is on your e-commerce brand's to-do list, ShipBob can help. Store your inventory and fulfill orders from over 50 ShipBob fulfillment centers across the U.S., UK, Europe, Canada, and Australia. Cut shipping costs and transit times, plus minimize cross-border shipping complexities. With real-time inventory tracking and seamless integrations with major e-commerce platforms and tools, you'll have full control and visibility over your logistics. Go to shipbob.com for a free quote and take your brand global with ease.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Big tall right-hander Ben Brown, Cubs starting pitcher, has finished his warm-ups. He's ready to go to work. Facing the left-handed batting Shohei Ohtani. No score, bottom of the first. Shohei fouls it back. Right next door and out of play. Ohtani 0 for 4 last night, saw his on-base streak end at 29 consecutive games. Very talented man, to say the least. Ohtani takes outside run. What's the key for Ben Brown tonight?
Well, I would think beyond the attack with that fastball. He throws it a lot. It's really a two-pitch pitcher between that and the knuckle curveball.
Chopper slowly hit foul toward first.
And there's the knuckle curve. He was able to get it in the zone and away from Ohtani to get a little rollover ground ball, even though when foul. But to me, when Brownie is able to throw his fastball in the zone and move it in and out and really stay at the top of the zone, then that knuckle curve is really going to play well. So I just like him to be on the attack and really pouring in strikes with that fastball.
The next offering, it bounces in there for a ball, 2-2. The defensive alignment is sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at fitzgeraldequipment.com. Cubs play deep in the outfield against Ohtani. Here's a looper into right center, a base hit. Over to pick it up is Tucker. It's a leadoff single for Ohtani. It almost sounded like a broken bat, but it's a bloop leadoff single.
Yeah, definitely. This fastball gets in on him, shatters the bat. But as we've said before, this bat guy's a hero and ends up being a base hit for Ohtani. Little line drive, kind of a soft line drive into right center.
The Cubs leadoff man was presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian Happ would have gotten a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot would donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking, as Mookie Betts takes strike one. No score, last of the first. Ohtani is always a threat to run. He's got a big lead, not going. Betts takes high, and the count now 1-1. First inning being powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Betts swings and taps it foul. Good pitch by Ben Brown. What's on your mind on 1 and 2?
Well, you can go right back to that knuckle curve, 86 miles an hour. Betts did not see that ball very well. Cued it right off the end of the bat. Speak on tonight, powered by Xfinity. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once, partner.
Ohtani run a little bigger lead, not running. Betts hits a fly ball to left toward the line over near the sidewall, and making the catch is Ian Happ, and holding at first is Ohtani. Any ball hit down the line is a reminder it's 330 to the corners here at Dodger Stadium, 395 to dead center, and the power alleys are 375. The walls in the corner are only 4 feet high, and that extends out from the foul pole about 40 feet in both right field and left. Freddie Freeman checks in. Freeman swings and fouls it back. Freeman nothing for 3 last night. It was his first appearance since the 29th of March. He's been out with a bad ankle. He had his ankle surgically repaired in the offseason and then slipped while taking a shower and injured that ankle, aggravated it. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2.
Boy, that last pitch, that was gas. That's just a fastball down the middle. 97 miles an hour, threw it right past Freeman.
Big Ben Brown. The runner goes, the pitch high, throw to second base, and not in time. Kelly's throw low. Swanson came up in front of the bag, trying to short hop and make the tag all in one motion. A very difficult maneuver for a shortstop, and he never was able to catch the ball cleanly. It's a stolen base for Ohtani.
Ohtani got a good jump at first. Brown a little slow to home plate with that high leg kick.
Now the pitch to Freeman, rolled foul past first. Freeman with a couple of home runs. He's driven in 4. Again, he's missed several games. The entire field is in the shade, and little streaks of sunlight out in right. Here's a liner toward right, battling the sun and making the catch is Tucker. And getting back to second safely is Ohtani. I just mentioned, Ron, that's where the streaks of light are, and it looked like Tucker held his bare hand up to block out the sun as he made that catch. Good play.
Yeah, it's an excellent play, and you're right. So this is where the sun is coming through the very top of the stadium, in behind the Dodger dugout, way up at the top. So Tucker is standing in right field. His lower body is in the shade, and his upper body is right in the sun. So he put the hand up, made the catch.
Teoscar Hernandez takes a strike. 2 down, Ohtani at second. Teoscar 1 for 4 last night. Wearing some different shoes tonight. Teoscar fouls it back. He's their big RBI man early in the year with 16.
Yeah.
But he's got bright. It would be a combination of, I would call that hot pink shoes.
Yeah.
Would that be accurate?
Sure. Yeah. Hot pink with a very dark color in the heel. Whether it's black or real dark blue, not sure.
Here's the 0-2, taken high for a ball.
Now, with that outfit you're wearing today, those hot pink shoes might go right with those.
Well, make me an offer. 1-2 on Teoscar Hernandez. And now the 1-2 on the way. Fouled away off to the right. Now, last night he had the two-tone. He had the orange and the turquoise.
Yeah, they kind of look like that. Would they call it a bomb pop? Is that what it was when we were kids? That
I'll say yes.
That kind of popsicle thing. That's what the colors were.
It was, yes.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
We used to chase that truck in our neighborhood. Here's a swing and a foul off to the right, out of play.
I remember sitting there at dinner and you'd hear that bell, little ding, 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 going down the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Yep, dinner's over. Out of the house you go.
A ball and 2 strikes on Teoscar Hernandez. Now time called. Ohtani, the runner at second. Beautiful Dodger Stadium. Another gigantic crowd. Last night, 53,000, just under 54. And we're in that same neighborhood tonight. The stretch by Brown in the pitch. Bounce toward the middle. Going to be a tough play for Horner. Backhands. Quick throw to first. Not in time. Infield single. Nico couldn't get much on the throw. He might have had a little more time than he realized. And Ron, you and I were both watching Ohtani. He did not run particularly hard getting to third. It's the kind of a play where if a runner sees the throw go to first, he'll try to score on that play.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those plays where Ohtani could have rounded the bag. And I think what happened with Nico is he fields this ball on the shortstop side of the bag, comes up with the ball and got the changeup grip. Didn't get the perfect grip on the ball and kind of threw a changeup to first.
It's an infield single, and now Michael Conforto bats. He's a left-handed hitter and takes inside. So Ben Brown in a tough spot. 2 outs, runners at first and third. And the next pitch on the way. It's taken high for a ball.
This is a big at-bat for a young pitcher to get Conforto. Settle into the game, not give up a run here in the first inning, giving up 2 hits. Neither one of them been very hard. Broken bat and an infield hit.
Conforto swings and misses, 2-1. Conforto 1 for 3 in last night's game, hitting .220.
Excellent knuckle curveball. The last one, perfect pitch. Ended up to shoe tops.
The lights have been turned on, not taking effect just yet. And the 2-1. Fastball strike, top of the zone. Good pitch. What's on your mind for 2-2?
Well, you got 2 options. You go right back to that same pitch at the top of the zone and elevate that fastball, or you throw the knuckle curve. He's really a 2-pitch guy, and you throw that same pitch that you threw to get strike 1, and that's that knuckle curve that Conforto chased to the shoe tops. I always like when Brownie throws the
pickoff throw to first, diving back in, Teoscar Hernandez. Dodgers at first and third, bottom of the first, no score. Deuce is wild, 2 outs, 2-2 count the pitch. Call it strike 3. Took something off, and Conforto let it go. He thought it was going to be upstairs, I believe. He is out, and so are the Dodgers. They don't score, they leave a pair. We all go to the second inning. 0-0 game. Cubs and Dodgers on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Did slow shipping spoil your brand's big sale? Partner with ShipBob for better, faster order fulfillment for your e-commerce brand. ShipBob fulfills orders for you, whether they're from your website, retail partners, marketplaces, or social channels, and delivers affordable 2-day shipping from dozens of fulfillment centers across the U.S. and worldwide. Plus, our dashboard lets you view real-time inventory levels across all your locations and channels. Go to shipbob.com for a free quote.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
And we're back, folks. It looks like Jim from sales just got in from his client lunch, and he's gotten receipts.
His next meeting is in 2 minutes. The team is asking, can he get through his expenses in that time?
He's going for it. Is that his phone? He's snapping a pic. He's texting Ramp.
Jim is fast, but this is unheard of.
That's it. He's done it. It's unbelievable.
On Ramp, expenses are faster than ever. Just submit them with a text. Switch your business to Ramp.com.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. Uriner Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Cubs and Dodgers scoreless, top 2 here at Dodger Stadium. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Huh?
Michael Busch leads it off and fouls it off, and it's 0-1. Swanson on deck, and then Turner, Justin Turner, former Dodger. You know he's fired up for this series and this ball game tonight. Michael Busch swings at a high hard one, doesn't get it. Busch hitless in 3 at-bats last night. Hitting .250 on the young season. 6 RBIs. Blue batting gloves on either hand. Takes an off-speed pitch away. Roki Sasaki coming back. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Third base umpire DJ Rayburn made that call. Boy, that was close.
Yeah, good split finger, bottom of the zone. Getting another look here in the booth. Borderline, that could have went either way. Meet of the orders presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
And the pitch to Busch, hit in the air, foul, slicing out of play. No more streaks of light on the field. The lights have been turned on. Beautiful early evening here at Dodger Stadium. Sometimes when the sun goes all the way down, it'll cool off and the ball won't carry quite as well, Ron, on hard hit balls to the outfield.
I thought we saw that last night. Late in the game, I thought there were a couple balls hit very well deep to the middle of the diamond and really just didn't do much. You know, went to the track and that was about it, but really no threat of going out of the park in the middle of the field.
Busch trying to start a rally. He will hit one in the air, left center field, pretty well hit, back toward the left center field fence, and that ball is going to be gone for a home run. I had to wait. A leaping try by Conforto. It just did clear the barrier in left center. Michael Busch with an opposite field home run, and the Cubs lead 1-0.
Big swing of the bat for the Cubs and Michael Busch. Opposite field home run. You don't see a lot of those here in Dodger Stadium. Bushy gets this high fastball, and he hammers this ball, and it just clears the 375 marker. Big swing of the bat, and it takes some thunder to hit one out of here, Oppo, like that, and Bushy just did it.
Dansby Swanson takes high. Busch with his second home run of the year. His 7th run batted in. Home runs by the Cubs. A reminder, another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty. Strength that's anything but ordinary. Cubs get their first run of the series. Now Swanson will swing and miss. 378 feet on that round tripper from Michael Busch. Roki Sasaki. That's the first home run he has given up as a big league pitcher. Something tells me it won't be his last.
No, I would think not.
Here's the 2-1. Dansby pulls a bouncer foul past third and out of play.
Well, you just really don't see a lot of opposite field home runs here in Dodger Stadium. You were just talking about how the ball doesn't carry. You know, it's still light out here at Dodger Stadium. Really hasn't, you know, the sun hasn't set yet back behind us.
The 2-2, swinging a foul. Tomorrow, a late afternoon start. We'll get underway, I believe, at about 4:10 local time, which would be 6:10 broadcast time for those of you in the Midwest. So I would think tomorrow, possibly in the early innings at least, Ron, the ball should carry pretty well.
Yeah, I would think, you know, the game's going to be played mainly, you know, during the batting practice time.
Swanson swings and misses, and that's strike 3. One away, top of the second. Cubs lead 1-0, and the batter, Justin Turner.
Baseman number 3, Justin Turner.
All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Turner, the former Dodger, receiving nice round of applause. Had many great games and seasons in this ballpark and for this organization. Bouncer to third, fielded by Muncy, and he'll throw out Justin Turner for out number 2.
Well, I've seen a few Cubs come up there, Turner being one of them, swinging at the first pitch. Suzuki did the same. And, you know, it's one of those things where is Sasaki going to throw enough strikes to where you want to be on the attack early? You know, if he is and he's got command, then I understand it. And he has not looked like, other than the first few hitters, it looks like he's kind of settled into throwing strikes. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, he got the first one here in and over to Horner. Nico hits a bouncer toward the middle, right over the bag, fielded by Edman, and throws to first in time. I was hoping that ball might hit the base and jump up into the air and allow Nico to beat it out, but it did not happen. Cubs settled for the 1 on the homer by Bush, and at the end of an inning and a half, Cubs 1, Dodgers 0 on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
If reaching new customers is on your e-commerce brand's to-do list, ShipBob can help. Store your inventory and fulfill orders from over 50 ShipBob fulfillment centers across the U.S., UK, Europe, Canada, and Australia. Cut shipping costs and transit times, plus minimize cross-border shipping complexities with real-time inventory tracking and seamless integrations with major e-commerce platforms and tools. You'll have full control and visibility over your logistics. Go to shipbob.com for a free quote and take your brand global with ease.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Sunday, April 27th is Northeastern Illinois University night. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a Cubs and Northeastern Illinois University t-shirt. Be here for it. Pat?
Very good, Zach. The uniform descriptions we gave you earlier, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Ben Brown now with the lead for the first time, thanks to the home run by his teammate Michael Bush. Ben going to work on Tommy Edman, whose 3-run homer was all of the scoring in last night's game. Edman now batting left-handed. His homer came as a right-handed batter last night against Matthew Boyd. Boyd did not pitch a bad game. Not at all. The 0-1. Outside for a ball. I think the Cubs are extremely happy with the 3 starts that Boyd has made.
Absolutely. He, going into the game, he had not given up a run. He gives up 1 run late in the game. 3-run homer to Edman.
Here's a strike run, 1 and 2.
But I thought he was exceptional last night. I thought it was a great pitcher's duel. Both guys really throwing the ball very, very well. And I thought, boy, great changeup, good fastball.
Edman takes strike 3 call. Edman, normally a very aggressive batter, was almost passive in that at-bat, and that's not like him. But he is the first out in the inning. second strikeout for Ben Brown. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. And here's Max Muncy. And the pitch on the way. Muncy takes high. Now, there might be somebody saying, hey, wait, I thought we were listening to a game in Sacramento last week, and there was a Max Muncy for them. Two different guys. Exact same name and spelling. Two different guys. Check swing. Good breaking ball by Ben Brown.
And now I'm going to... Born on the same date, not the same year, right, see?
Yeah. Both born on August 25th.
How about that?
This Max Muncy, 12 years older than the other.
Swinging a pop-up. Shallow left, foul territory, and that ball is going to be out of play. Boy, that is amazing.
Right, think of that.
What are the odds of that?
Right? That's something.
Our engineer tonight, his name is Ron Coomer. Now, what are the odds of that happening with a broadcaster and the engineer with the... Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong list.
I was going to say, oh boy, we're in trouble.
Low and inside in the count 2-2. Mike Noto is our engineer here in Los Angeles.
And Mike has left the building now.
He's afraid Ron Coomer is going to be on the check. Now the 2-2. Strike three call. Edman caught looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brown, going back to the strikeout of Conforto to end the first inning. One away, and here's Max Muncy, and strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Boy, great dart of a fastball at 96 miles an hour. Right on the inside corner. Perfect pitch by Browning.
Pages, the batter, Andy Pages. Back-to-back strikeouts in the inning of Edman and Muncy. We're going to play the attendance game, the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game, as we move along. And the pitch on the way. Bouncing ball right side. To his left is Horner. Good play, makes the stop. And a good throw gets him. 1-2-3 for Ben Brown. We go to the third inning. Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing. This is the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Did slow shipping spoil your brand's big sale? Partner with ShipBob for better, faster order fulfillment for your e-commerce brand. ShipBob fulfills orders for you, whether they're from your website, retail partners, marketplaces, or social channels, and delivers affordable 2-day shipping from dozens of fulfillment centers across the U.S. and worldwide. Plus, our dashboard lets you view real-time inventory levels across all your locations and channels. Go to shipbob.com for a free quote.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car!
But what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Pete Crow Armstrong is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Huh?
Pete Crow Armstrong, Southern California native, will lead off this third inning. Left-handed batter swings and fouls it back. Good rip. Cubs leading 1-0. A second inning home run by Michael Busch is the difference. Muncy at third, in on the grass. Crow Armstrong hitting 200, swings and fouls it back. He's had some good cuts here.
Yeah, he's had two good swings at some fastballs. Just a little underneath both of them, fouled them back.
Muncy now backs up deeper at third. And the 0-2. Off speed and outside for a ball. Cubs and Dodgers are part of the game of the week, the Sunday night game of the week tomorrow. 6:10 Central Time start. Cubs haven't named their starter yet, as Crow Armstrong takes upstairs. Tyler Glasnow, former Pirate right-hander, big right-hander, will start for L.A. And now the 2-2. Swinging a high pop fly, shallow left. Betts going out, Conforto in. Conforto, the left fielder, makes the catch. One away. Cubs lead 1-0 in the third, and the batter is Carson Kelly.
Pat, before the game, Cubs manager Craig Counsell said he will likely go with veteran right-hander Colin Ray to start tomorrow's game against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of speculation about Wicks getting called up from Iowa, and Zach here earlier today and talked about a little bit in the pregame show about what was going to happen, and so it's been announced that this is possible. Not 100%, but probable starter tomorrow, Colin Ray.
And we'll have that for you, and then it's down to San Diego for a 3-game series starting on Monday night. Fastball low and away. Again, we've been talking for a month and a half, Ron, going back to spring training, about the challenging early season schedule for the Cubs. Well, they're 9-7, not bad so far. But it'll stay tough for a while. And to be very honest, a big league baseball schedule can always be tough the whole year, every year. That's the nature of the game. But there are certain stretches where the opposition makes it very demanding.
Yeah. Well, I think when you look at the Cubs, this 2-week stretch, Craig Counsell talked about it yesterday when we were in the manager's office before we taped the manager's show, and said, you got the Dodgers a couple times, fouled off by Kelly. You're going to have Philly in there. You got Arizona in there. All these teams with San Diego, they're all expecting to play in October, and great pitching. So you've really got some battles ahead of you. With that being said, Cubs have played very good baseball also. So it's kind of a good time to be matched up with some of these really good teams.
Sasaki working 3-2 on Carson Kelly. Here's a foul off to the right out of play. He spoiled a very good fastball. Thinking of these Dodgers, after tomorrow's game, they'll have only 2 games against the Cubs, both at Wrigley on April 22 and 23. Night games. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. Fastball is high, ball 4. Boy, what an impressive plate appearance that was for Carson Kelly.
Well, as you said, he spoiled that good fastball down and away and just flicked at it and fouled it off.
Number 8, Ian Happ.
And then takes the high fastball up and away.
Walks to Cubs batters run, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. 1-0 Cubs. Ian Happ takes a fastball strike. Ian didn't like that call. His body language indicated he thought that was inside, but sure enough, looking at the replay, that was a good pitch. John Libka made a good call. The pitch to Happ, off speed and outside. Cubs and Dodgers, though, the 22nd and 23rd of April. Both games start at 6:40 p.m. And now the 1-1. Happ lines one, right field, base hit. Kelly had to hold up. Will advance only to second. Happ a sharp single into right. Now you've got Tucker coming up with 2 men on, and it's a spot run where he almost has to pitch to Kyle.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better if you're a Cub fan, to get Tucker at the plate with a couple men on, to where you really don't have the chance to pitch around him, no matter who's hitting behind him. When a guy's that hot, it really doesn't matter.
2 on with 1 away. Cubs lead 1-0. Tucker lined out to center his first time. He takes high, ball 1.
Yeah, he absolutely scalded one to center. Nice play out there.
So the breaking ball missed. I'm looking fastball.
Yep, same here.
Here comes the 1-0. Off speed, down low, and Tucker checked his swing and had the patience and discipline to lay off. Now I'm really looking fastball.
Yeah, I would agree. I would look fastball primarily against this guy, and do your very best to just take the split finger. If you can do that, I mean, it's easy to say. It's not always easy to do.
And the 2-0. Tucker taking high, 3-0. Do you turn him loose on 3-0?
I say yes, absolutely. He is a guy that has a great eye, so he's going to kind of, they call it keyholing to make sure you get a good pitch in your zone. I would always let him swing if he wants to.
The 3-0. He's taking all the way. And again, the way he approached it, he may have had the green light and just elected not to swing. Runners taking their leads now. Kelly away from second, Happ away from first. Cubs leading 1-0 in the third with one down, and the 3-1 pitch on the way to Tucker. Outside, they're loaded. Tucker laid off. It didn't miss by much. Tucker has a very good batting eye, doesn't he?
Pretty amazing, actually. He just really doesn't chase many pitches that aren't in the strike zone. And that pitch up and the pitch away, he just locks in on it, and he just will not chase that ball. That was a great at-bat.
It'll bring up the designated hitter for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. Former Cubs pitcher Mark Pryor is the pitching coach for the Dodgers, and he is on the mound right now talking with Roki Sasaki, along with an interpreter. But the DH, Suzuki, up for the Cubs. DH is for the Cubs, sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle. And Ron, if you're Suzuki, how are you approaching this at bat?
Now, at first, I got to make him throw me some strikes. You've only seen one pitch if you're Suzuki. He swung at the first pitch and hit a routine ground ball to short. So to me, you've got to see some pitches in this at bat. I would be taking here at least the first pitch, maybe two, if he didn't throw a strike.
Suzuki takes inside, ball one. Infield back, you knew that. Early in the game, Cubs lead 1-0, potential turning point at bat of the entire night right here. Here comes the 1-0. Suzuki lines one to second, caught by Edman. The runners hold. Edman playing right behind second base. For some hitters, that would have been a clean single to center, but they had Edman pulled way over right behind second, and the line drive went right to him. Two down.
This fastball right down the middle. Suzuki hit it right back where it came from, but right at Edman.
It's up to Michael Busch. Bases loaded, two away. Busch will take a strike. 97 mph on that pitch. Sasaki up to 48 pitches, and we're only in the third inning. And the pitch to Busch, low and outside, a changeup. Runners lead at every station. Kelly at third, Happ at second, Tucker at first. And the 1-1. And Busch will lay off another off-speed pitch. That pitch selection kind of surprised me. How about you?
Yeah, well, I just think they're trying to make sure that he doesn't get too fastball happy and guys just sit on it. I would be looking fastball here.
There it was. Here's a fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Pages to the center field fence. Pages leaps up and makes a great catch. He may have taken a grand slam away from Michael Busch. The wall is only 8 feet high. He made a leaping grab up against the barrier. The collision with the wall knocked him down. I'm watching. Yeah, he very likely did take a home run away from Busch. What a catch. Cubs don't score, leave 3. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
Winning!
No, seriously. Shut the front door. We own this house now.
but you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
That's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Get email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
Summer's heating up, and so is your fitness routine. Whether you're looking for high-energy workouts, a place to unwind, or the perfect summer hangout, Fitness Formula Clubs has it all. With outdoor pools and splash bars at West Loop, Park Ridge, and Elmhurst, you can swim, relax, and sip your favorite drink, all in one spot. It's more than a gym, it's your summer escape. With 10 locations across Chicagoland, FFC is Chicago's ultimate destination for fitness, fun, and community. Join by April 30th and score an exclusive discount off your enrollment fee. Visit ffc.com/odyssey for details.
Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing. Bottom 3 in Los Angeles, 66 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Pat?
Bottom of inning number 3. Ben Brown facing Austin Barnes, Dodger catcher, right-handed batter. Check swing on a breaking ball. That's going to be a strike 1 and 2. Michael Busch robbed of certainly at the very least a 3-run double and quite possibly a grand slam home run with that leaping catch by Andy Pages, the center fielder. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. Brown gets the strikeout. We pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Marshall Harris here, covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams. Weekdays 10 to 2 on WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago on Odyssey Sports Station.
With former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Dodger Stadium. Ohtani hits a ground ball to second, fielded by Horner over to first in time. And that's out number 2. Zach Zaidman working alongside. We are ready to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. And Ron, if you would like to go ahead and make your initial guess.
Okay, I can do that.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. First pitch strike to Mookie Betts.
I will say 52,000 flat.
So not quite as many as were here last night.
No. Bobblehead day yesterday, I think, brought out a few more. Still a massive crowd, though. You look in the way upper decks, and this is a massive stadium. You know, all the seats, all the sections are full.
Fastball strike. Beautiful pitch by Brown. I'm going to say 53,635. 53635.
I'm going to go 53,000 on the dot.
Fastball is upstairs.
Okay.
2 down, bases empty, 3rd inning.
Well, we're all in. Here we go. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Betts flied to left his first time. The pitch on the way to Mookie is hit in the air, right center field. On the run, Suzuki dives. Did he make the catch? That's Tucker in right field. A sensational catch by Kyle Tucker. Tucker headlong dive. somehow speared that ball. Well, we knew that he had won some gold gloves. You win gold gloves on plays exactly like the one we just saw. We'll talk about it when we come back as we go to the fourth inning. It's the Cubs 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Great catches by both teams in that third inning. 1-0 Cubs on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey weekend warriors, how's a little trail therapy sound right now? Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Squadron Commander.
Outbound for check.
Plus Soccer Coach.
Bring it in, team.
Submarine Hunter.
Contact acquired.
And Big Sky Hunter.
See the Big Dipper?
Navy health benefits.
Open wide for me.
Plus some everyday perks.
Hey, buddy. I'm home early.
Never missing out. Never missing out.
Happy birthday to
America's Navy Reserve. It's everything you love about the Navy, plus everything else you just love. Learn more at NavyReserve.com.
Buying a new car might make you say things like,
I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours?
Is this real life? Yeah, it's real life, all right.
but what you really need to say is something that can protect your new ride.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yep, we're here to help you choose the coverage you need. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Games in progress, top of the 7th in Arizona. The Brewers a 3-0 lead over the Diamondbacks. Jackson Churio with a solo shot, his 5th.
All right, Zach. Dansby Swanson with a count of 0-1. Facing Sasaki. Takes a strike, 0-2.
Jason Hayward with his first home run of the season. Padres leading the Rockies 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. After one, it's the Rangers 1 and the Mariners zip.
Swanson swings and misses, strike 3. Zach, before you go much further, is Corbin Burns pitching for Arizona against his former team Milwaukee in that game.
Justin Turner.
Burns started, went 6 innings, charged with 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. The Diamondbacks now in their bullpen.
Okay, very good, Zach. Thank you for quickly looking that up. Here's Justin Turner, the former Dodger. He bounced out on the only pitch he saw back in the 2nd inning as he grounded to 3rd. Cubs lead 1-0 on a home run by Michael Busch. Here's a deep drive to right. Going back is Hernandez in the corner, makes the catch. Well, the outfielders for both teams are making some wonderful plays here at Dodger Stadium tonight, Ron.
Yeah, there's been 3 of them now. The great play in center field, play in right field by Turner, and now Hernandez going and getting that ball. Pius making that great catch, probably robbing Michael Busch of a grand slam, and now Hernandez right in front of that short wall, which is very difficult to navigate, makes a nice play.
2 gone. Nico Horner, the batter. Cubs still lead 1-0. All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. As Horner takes a strike, a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. The 1-1. Nico takes inside. Now this would be a spot. If he gets on, I would look for him to steal a bag. We'll try.
Absolutely.
Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. The 2-1 from Roki Sasaki. Bounced towards short, scooped up by Betts. Over to first to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
FanDuel is giving all new customers a shot at $250 in bonus bets. Join FanDuel today. You'll get started with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. From three-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Just visit FanDuel.com/stream to get in on all the NBA play-in tournament action. That's FanDuel.com/stream for your shot at $250 in bonus bets. Must be 21 plus and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. With our industry-leading selection of driving options, you'll find a job with the freight, home time, and schedule you've been looking for. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Don't wait. Find a job that offers the stability you need to fuel your career. Search jobs and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
League leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Guys, there are 6 players tied for the home run lead, each with 6. Tommy Edman, Wilmer Flores, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, Tyler Soderstrom, and Mike Trout. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Freddie Freeman first up. Freeman tries to check on an off-speed pitch from Ben Brown and can't do it. That's a strike. Cubs on top 1-0. Each team with 2 hits. Here's a pitch fouled at the plate. Well, I was out walking downtown L.A. earlier today, and I must have passed a bakery.
Okay.
And they had just cooked some fresh bread, cinnamon. And boy, did that smell good. Did either of you guys have any experiences walking around downtown today here in L.A.?
I have. I walked around and enjoyed downtown LA. Beautiful weather. It was nice and warm.
Swing and a miss by Freeman. Did you walk by any bakeries?
I did not walk by a bakery. I did walk by some restaurant. I walked by an Italian restaurant. You know, that smell. Yeah, that was very good and very nice. And LA, not too, about a block and a half from the hotel. What about you, Z?
There's this great market in downtown Los Angeles called Grand Central Market. So there are all these different types of food varieties.
Yeah.
Great aroma. Now, getting there is a different story.
Oh, my.
I want to hear it.
No, you don't.
1 ball and no strikes on Teoscar Hernandez. Here is a fastball in there for a strike. Cubs lead 1-0. Again, the hot pink / red shoes of Teoscar Hernandez at the plate. In there for a strike. See, you don't even have to change clothes. You can go right to a dance hall and fit right in with these shoes. Saves you time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with the cleats on the bottom of the shoes, you can be a tap dancer.
Here is a pitch taken down low. It's 2-2. Teoscar Hernandez.
See, now, I know you have a deal that suits 2020.
And you don't?
Well, I do because of you. I'll that's the reason why.
Here's a short ground ball past Turner into left field. It's a base hit for Teoscar Hernandez. And he is being congratulated by these fans for both the hit and for his shoes.
Well, I think he was tap dancing going around first.
Yes, he was. And here's Michael Conforto. The first out in the inning. I've been meaning to get to this. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. You can stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once. Conforto struck out his first time.
Fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Hernandez being held at first, not running. The pitch lifted to left, slicing toward foul territory. Happ is over with a play, makes the catch. Right near the line in fair territory, down the left field line. And that's going to be the second out in the inning. Cubs still lead 1-0 in the fourth, and the batter is Tommy Edman.
Boy, and I love how Browning is going after these Dodger hitters. There's been no tentativeness about it. He is on the attack with the fastball. He's thrown some good knuckle curveballs when he's needed to. But the attack of the fastball has been outstanding so far.
Big, tall, hard-throwing right-hander. Brown goes about 6'7". Native of New York. Came over in a trade with the Phillies a few years ago. David Robertson went the other way in that deal. You always got to give those trades a couple of years to see how they work out. Here's a swing and a foul back. I'm talking about the established big league ball player, Ron, being traded for a guy nobody has heard of, but he's in the minor leagues and moving his way up the chain.
Yeah, I would agree. You definitely have to give it a look. I mean, you know, everybody looks at the deal right away, you know, and a team gets a big league player.
The 0-1 to Edman is fouled away.
I'll tell you, even his swing at home plate looks so much more aggressive. Like the barrel of the bat getting through the hitting zone. I mean, there's an explosiveness to Edman's swing now that we have not seen before. And I mean, the barrel just comes blistering through the hitting zone.
And we've seen a lot of him. All those years he spent with the Cardinals, you saw him all the time. He's got 6 home runs. Big homer last night. The 0-2 to Edman. Popped up foul and out of play.
You know, and sometimes guys hit home runs and, you know, you're like, okay, you know, and they don't, you know, you're not hitting balls way out of the ballpark. That ball he hit last night was a long way. That was well over halfway up the pavilion and left.
Low and in. I was thinking as you say that, Ron, in all the years we've seen him, I've never seen him hit one that far before.
Agree. I would absolutely agree. Because that one that he hit yesterday, I mean, that was a no doubt long home run to left in Dodger Stadium at night.
Fly ball center field should be routine for Pete Crow Armstrong. It is. And Ben Brown with 4 shutout innings, pitching well. We go to the 5th inning. Zach joins Ron in a moment. Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
FanDuel is giving all new customers a shot at $250 in bonus bets. Join FanDuel today. You'll get started with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. From 3-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Just visit FanDuel.com/stream to get in on all the NBA play-in tournament action. That's FanDuel.com/stream for your shot at $250 in bonus bets. Must be 21 plus and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. With our industry-leading selection of driving options, you'll find a job with the freight, home time, and schedule you've been looking for. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Don't wait. Find a job that offers the stability you need to fuel your career. Search jobs and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Top 5 here at Dodger Stadium. It's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over Los Angeles. Pete Crow Armstrong steps to the plate, left-handed batter against the right-hander Roki Sasaki. First pitch on the way, and Crow Armstrong fouls it away. Out of play, off to the left, 0-1 the count. Michael Busch, a solo shot in the second to put the Cubs ahead. The Cubs' first run of the series. Sasaki, high leg kick and pitch, and PCA fouls it back off the netting, 0-2. The fourth inning was sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card, member FDIC EHL lender. Now the 0-2. Called strike 3. Got him with a breaking ball. Crow Armstrong does not like the call. Has a brief conversation with the home plate umpire John Lipka. 1 away.
I think Pete Crow Armstrong thought that pitch was down. It's actually a good pitch. He saw all 3 pitches in that at bat: fastball, split, curveball.
Now the batter, the catcher, Carson Kelly. First pitch on the way. Kelly swings and fouls it away, out of play, off to the right. Kelly, the number 9 hitter in the order. Ian Happ on deck. Sasaki deals. Carson check swing, went around. That's strike 2. That looked like another breaking ball from Sasaki. Kelly walked in the third. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch. The right-hander Sasaki works his motion. And a one-hopper off the glove of Edman and into center field. It was a sinking line drive behind the second base bag. Edman tried to short hop it. It went off the glove and gave Kelly a base hit.
Line drive bullet right over Sasaki's head. And the Dodgers playing the shift one way or the other. They've got either shortstop Betts or Edman right back up the middle behind the second base bag, and this ball just eats up Edman for a base hit.
Ian Happ looks at a ball inside. 1-0 the count.
Tried to play that ball just off his left side on the glove side. It was a slap shot and a goal.
Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Sasaki to Happ. Called strike on the outside corner. Fastball clocked at 94 miles per hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. Happ's 1 for 2. He singled in the third. Sasaki sets up high. And now the 1-1 delivery. Line foul out of play. Second deck off to the left. 1-2.
Cubs hitters have had some good fastballs to hit. And I say that, I say that from up here. Sasaki has something about his fastball, gets a little extra ride on that heater to where a lot of the Cubs hitters are just underneath it and just missing it. And that tells me that there's a little something to it that just, you feel like you're on it and it just doesn't come down to the barrel. So he has good life on that fastball.
Happ waits, the 2-2. Line drive looped into left. It drops in for a base hit. So now the Cubs have something going here in the 5th inning. 1 down, men at first and second after back-to-back singles by Kelly and Happ. And it'll bring up the dangerous Kyle Tucker.
Boy, really nice swing. This split finger by Ian. This pitch is in the middle of the plate, but it's down. Might be a ball low. Ian just goes right down with this split finger. The key is he doesn't try to pull it. He shoots it the other way, so your hands stay inside the ball. And you just hit that line drive to left. Excellent piece of hitting by Ian.
Tucker digs in. Here's the pitch. fouled away off to the left, out of play.
Well, here's the situation you want. This second time now, Cubs have had this situation offensively. 2 men on and Tucker at the plate. He walked in his last at bat with this situation.
Now the 0-1. Tucker swings and misses at a splitter in the hole. 0-2. Tucker was robbed of a base hit in the first on a sliding grab by the center fielder Pages. He had a bigger catch later on in the game. Here's the 0-2. Tucker pulls one on the ground, foul off to the right.
Boy, that ball scalded down the line, just foul. I thought it might go over the bag, and it just hooked foul down the first base line.
So after Tucker drew that walk in the third, Michael Busch was robbed of what was likely going to be a grand slam on a leaping grab at the wall by Pages. Here comes the 0-2 delivery by Sasaki. Tucker swings and pops it up. Left side of the infield, foul territory. The third baseman, Muncy, makes the catch behind the bag. 2 away.
Good split finger. This one close enough to the zone. Tucker couldn't take it. It was down, but borderline.
So 2 on, 2 out for the Cubs. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it appears as though there's going to be a mound meeting as Mark Pryor heads to the mound.
Cubs are going to have a pinch hitter. Amaya is going to pinch hit for Suzuki, so not quite sure what happened to Suzuki, but he is being pinch hit for.
Last time up, Seiya, the designated hitter, lined out to second.
Yeah, he hit the ball good, peeled off. I mean, he didn't get more than 15 feet out of the batter's box and then just peeled off to the right. I don't know if there's anything, something happened in the swing or what happened, but there was nothing that we saw that was a problem.
So we'll wait for word if there's any on Suzuki. Meantime, as you mentioned, Miguel Amaya has been announced as the pinch hitter. The mound meeting is over, and that was a meeting for scouting purposes to let Sasaki know what Amaya is about at the plate. 2 on, 2 out for the Cubs here in the top of the 5th. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Dodgers. Amaya waits, first pitch, low. 1-0 the count as Sasaki missed with a slider. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the 1-0. Amaya pops it foul out of play off to the right. 1-1. Carson Kelly at second, Ian Happ at first, with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Amaya at the plate, the 1-1. Check swing and a pitch low on appeal. That's a strike, says Sean Barber. 1-2.
Pretty good off-speed pitch there, and it's a tough AB for Amaya. I would assume you're not expecting to pinch hit in the 5th, at the heart of the lineup coming up. So, that's one of those things. Don't know if he knew much more right before the at-bat. He took quite a bit of time in the on-deck circle, swinging the weighted bat and the donut on the bat, trying to get loose.
The 1-2 delivery. Check swing and a pitch low on appeal. No swing, says Sean Barber at first base. So the count now 2-2 on Amaya.
First one definitely a swing. That one, Cubs might have caught a break. That was borderline. Amaya got the barrel back right away, but very close.
Let's see if Amaya can take advantage. Here's the 2-2. Amaya swings, pulls it foul off the netting to the left. Out in front of a splitter.
Yeah, that was a hanging split finger. Sasaki got lucky that it stayed inside enough to where he just pulled it foul.
2 on, 2 out. 2-2 on Amaya. Sasaki works his motion and the pitch. And a high fly ball hit to shallow left center field. Ranging over is Conforto. And the left fielder makes the catch for out number 3. Cubs leave 2 men on base here in the top of the 5th. Middle 5, Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
FanDuel is giving all new customers a shot at $250 in bonus bets. Join FanDuel today. You'll get started with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. From 3-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Just visit FanDuel.com/stream to get in on all the NBA play-in tournament action. That's FanDuel.com/stream for your shot at $250 in bonus bets. Must be 21 plus and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Cubs on top of the Dodgers 1-0 as we begin the bottom half of the 5th inning here in Los Angeles. Max Muncy at the plate, left-handed hitter against the right-hander Ben Brown, who works his motion, and the first pitch is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Come on Tuesday, April 22nd. The Cubs take on the Dodgers at 6:40 in the evening at Wrigley Field. As Brown kicks and delivers, Muncy taps it foul at the plate. The first 10,000 early arriving fans on Tuesday, April 22nd will receive a reusable Earth Day tote bag presented by Hefty. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Muncy, and this one is foul back just to the right of us. I didn't move.
No,
I saw it was spinning the other way and thought I was safe. And I was.
Just below the booth right next to us to our right.
Here's the 1-2. Inside to Muncy. Count even at 2-2.
Good pitch. That one could have been strike 3.
Righty-lefty matchup. Brown rocks back. Here's the 2-2. And a line drive base hit into center field. So Muncy reaches base to begin the last of the 5th. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Andy Pages.
But isn't that how it happens? You throw a great pitch. Pitch before, could have a strikeout, should have had a strikeout. Didn't get the call. The next thing you throw in the middle of the plate. Line drive base hit for Muncy.
Pages 0 for 1. First pitch. Outside.
I will say the pitch was borderline. It could have been called a strike. John Lipka, as Pat mentioned in the 4th inning, has done a very good job. He has had a good night tonight behind the plate.
Brown deals. Pages. Check swing doesn't matter. Called strike on the outside corner. Brown going with a fastball. 1-1 the count. Middle infielders at double play depth. Bush, the first baseman, holding on Muncy. The 1-1. Outside.
So far, the play of the game is this guy. Taking grand slam away from Michael Bush, straight away center field. Maybe just a few feet off center from the 395 mark. He climbed the wall, made a great catch, and then brought that ball back into the park. I think it would have hit the very top of the wall, but I think it would have went over the fence.
Pages hits a high fly ball, shallow center, coming in Crow Armstrong, and he makes a running catch. 1 away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports from the best seat of the house with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Let's talk about a little different ball game, 5-0 as opposed to 1-0. All opponents' pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs. Leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com.
The catcher, Austin Barnes, at the plate. First pitch, a ground ball into short, fielded by Swanson. To second for one, Horner to first, double play. And that ends the 5th inning. Double plays turned by the Cubs, sponsored by Nissan. Experience the thrill at NissanUSA.com. After 5, it's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Dodgers on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the Score.
Truck drivers, are you looking to shift gears? Take your driving career in the direction you want with Schneider's industry-leading selection of driving options, including new dedicated tanker and regional van truckload opportunities. At Schneider, you'll find a driving job with the freight, home time, and schedule you need. Plus, if you decide the job you picked isn't the right fit, Schneider's transfer team will help you find a different opportunity at the company. Don't miss out. Find your perfect driving job today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Say yes to Pure Leaf Tea and free gas for a year only at True North Convenience Stores. When it comes to quality, say yes to the delicious taste of real brewed Pure Leaf Tea. True North stores are stocked with your favorite flavors like unsweetened, extra sweet, and raspberry. For a limited time, enter for a chance to win free gas for a year. Check the True Rewards app for details or download the mobile app from the Apple or Google Play stores. True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Valley Chicago Casino, where we live to be rewarded. Join Valley Rewards, where rewards come first. New members receive $100 in value just for signing up. Enjoy free parking, free dining, and free play. The more you play, the more you earn. Join now and start winning today. More offers, more rewards, more value. That's Valley Chicago. Open 24/7 in Chicago's vibrant River North neighborhood. Bet on Bally's. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A brain tumor, a stroke, a condition threatening who you are. At Loyola Medicine, our nationally ranked neurology team maps every move to protect speech, mobility, and identity. Because saving lives also means preserving what makes you, you. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Michael Busch is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Dodgers have a new pitcher in the game, Ben Kasparius. The starter, Sasaki, lasted 5 innings. Michael Busch will lead off the 6th inning. Cubs still on top 1-0. Busch's homer came leading off the 2nd inning. It went to the opposite field in left. And it came against Sasaki, and now Kasparius is the relief man. Here's a deep drive to right. Going back and having it sail over his head up against the wall is Hernandez. It's a double for Busch. Busch has hit the ball right on the money all night long. He homered. He was robbed of an extra base hit by a leaping catch by Pages in the 3rd up against the center field wall. It possibly would have been a grand slam, but it became the 3rd out in the inning. And now here he doubles off the wall in right, a line drive over the head of Hernandez. And let's see if that leads to another tally. It's a 1-0 lead. Here is Dansby Swanson. Dansby struck out twice against the starter Sasaki, and he'll take a strike here. At the very least, he would like to advance the runner. Preferably, he would drive the runner in. But are you thinking opposite field here, Ron?
Yeah, I would think so. Kind of over and in, kind of a little bit of both would be great.
Swinging a drive, deep left field, had a good sound to it. It is going to be caught by Conforto right up against the wall in straightaway deep left field. Well, when he first hit it, I thought it would leave the yard. It has gotten darker, and we've told you many times, when the sun goes down here, the ball just does not carry as well in this Pacific Ocean air.
Yeah, Dansby thought that was gone. I can tell just by the body language after he hit it. He went going down the line thinking he got that one. It was an up and in pitch, and it ended up right in front of the 360 marker in straightaway left field.
So each of the two Cubs that have faced Kasparias have made very good contact. A double by Bush off the wall and right, and Swanson a deep warning track fly ball out. Now Justin Turner, the former Dodger, swinging away and fouling it away.
Bushy, yesterday we were talking on him going into this series and how I thought, being an ex-Dodger, being traded away, this is one of those series where he's always going to come to Dodger Stadium and want to show well. Well, last night nobody did really offensively. Tonight it's been Michael Busch.
Curve in the dirt, great save by the catcher Barnes. 1-2 on Turner. We're at the tail end of twilight. In about 10 minutes or so, the lights will take full effect. It was 70 at game time. It's cooled off a little bit, probably in the mid-60s. Turner 0 for 2, hits a ground ball toward the middle. That's a base hit. It's going to drive in a run. Here comes Busch to score. Cubs lead 2-0. Welcome back to Dodger Stadium, Justin Turner.
That's what Cubs needed. They needed a little luck. They've hit a few balls right on the button with men in scoring position and no luck at all. Hit them right at Dodgers. This one, ground ball back through the middle to the pole side. Ends up in center field. We talked about this playing surface being extremely fast. Turner takes advantage, drives into Cubs' second run.
Kasparias has not fooled anyone. 3 batters have come up, 3 hard hit balls against him. Turner with his 4th run batted in a Cub uniform. Here is Nico Hoerner. He took ball 1. Turner a short lead at first. Hoerner takes a strike. 1-1. The RBI by Justin Turner, or by any of the Cubs for that matter, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Old National Bank. Bounce slowly left side. Charging's the shortstop Betts. He goes to second. They get 1. The ball not hit sharply enough to turn 2. Hoerner takes over at first. It might be a spot where Nico is thinking about stealing a bag.
Yeah, I would think so. 2 outs, absolutely.
Center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong.
I'd love to see Nico take off here in the first couple pitches, if possible, to try to give Pete Crow Armstrong almost a full at bat to try to drive him in if he can steal second base.
Pete is 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for 5 in the series. The throw to first, diving back in, Nico.
Nico had a very short lead, then hopped off the bag far. And just as he hopped, they threw over. Very close play.
2 down. The third baseman, Muncy, is shallow with 2 outs. Swinging a foul back. If I had surprise in my voice, I did. I'm not looking for him to lay down a bunt here, are you?
No, I am not. No.
2 outs. He's got some pop.
This is an at-bat where if you're Craig Counsell, you do not want Pete looking to bunt here. You want him to drive a ball in the gap or out of the ballpark.
Hoerner a short lead. That's not a Steelers lead. And a wild pickoff throw. And the ball is out of play, and safe at second is Nico Hoerner. Strange looking play. A pickoff throw to Freeman. Freddie acted like he didn't see the ball.
I just think the ball was thrown so far inside that Freeman could just look at it and watch it go sizzling into the camera well. I mean, this throw is off by 30 feet. That was
So E1, and now the 0-1 to Pete Crow Armstrong is taken high. That pickoff throw, I believe, grazed the body of Jose Javier, the Cubs' first base coach.
You don't think you're involved in the game till you are. That one right past him. You're like, whoa, hey.
Armstrong takes high. Now Pete with a count of 2 balls and a strike. A run in. Busch doubled. Swanson flied to the warning track. Turner singled to drive in the run. Hoerner hit into a fielder's choice and now takes second on E1. Check swing. That's going to be a strike. 2-2. Cubs leading by a score of 2-0. Pitching has dominated this series so far by both teams. Crow Armstrong trying to come through. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a tap foul. We'll do it again. One more game in this series. That's tomorrow. It'll start right around the dinner time back in the Midwest. 6:10 Central start. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that ends the inning. But the Cubs are able to scratch out a run. On Turner's RBI single, we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Cubs 2, Dodgers nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Truck drivers, are you looking to shift gears? Take your driving career in the direction you want with Schneider's industry-leading selection of driving options, including new dedicated tanker and regional van truck you need. Plus, if you decide the job you picked isn't the right fit, Schneider's transfer team will help you find a different opportunity at the company. Don't miss out. Find your perfect driving job today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
True North stores have Primo Eats and Pepsi brand products that are heavy on taste and light on your wallet. Right now, buy any Primo sandwich and add a 20-ounce Pepsi brand beverage for just $1. Handmade every day, Primo uses quality meats and cheeses. Complete the meal with a Pepsi. Grab any Primo sandwich and pair it with a 20-ounce Pepsi brand beverage for just $1. Get more with the True Rewards mobile app. Available in your app store. True North convenience stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Well, let's see what's on tap here in the sixth inning, sponsored by Fight by Yingling, next generation light beer. And what's been on tap so far is Brownie is absolutely dealt in this game. He's got 5 shutout innings, and he's got to face the top of this Dodger lineup here in the bottom of the sixth, Patrick.
Shohei Ohtani leads it off, Ron. Ohtani 1 for 2. He'll take a fastball strike. The command has been one of the big keys for Ben Brown tonight. Not a single base on balls. He has allowed 4 hits and some good defense behind him. In particular, Kyle Tucker made a sensational diving catch back in the third. And the young right-hander comes back 1-1. Just misses the outside corner. 2-1.
Kelly held that one there, trying to get that call. It was just off the plate away.
Brown, tall, hard-throwing right-hander, brings it. There's a deep drive to right in the corner and going foul. Ohtani lining one right down the line and right. Missed hitting the foul pole by no more than 10 feet.
Fastball middle of the plate, bell tied. Ohtani hooks this ball. He's out in front of it, hooks it. Never leaves the batter's box thinking, give it a little body English, but it went foul.
The 2-2. Here's a fly ball, right center field and deep. Back goes Tucker on the track, makes the catch. Looked like he got it on the end of the bat, didn't get all of it. And that's the first out in the inning. Cubs still lead 2-0. The batter is Mookie Betts.
There's been a couple balls now hit here as it's gotten dark here at Dodger Stadium. Swanson hit one to left, and now Ohtani to right. That did not leave the yard.
Betts is 0 for 2, and he'll take a strike. First out sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once. And the next offering is in there. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Mookie Betts.
Gage Workman is now at third base for the Cubs.
And the 1-1. Line drive right to Gage Workman. Good timing, Ron, on that comment. Very good timing. Workman made the catch of that soft line drive. Another good pitch by Brown in on the hands of a Dodger hitter.
Yeah, he's done excellent so far tonight. No runs, 4 hits. We got 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Pitch count still in pretty good shape, too. He's been somewhat economical. He's been pouring strikes in there. This next pitch would be number 80 for Browning.
Freddie Freeman swings and misses. A large crowd at Dodger Stadium. And now the 0-1. Freeman takes just inside. It's 1-1.
I know they love Ohtani here, and every baseball fan, you understand it. He's the best player in the game, but they love them some Freddie Freeman here in Dodger Stadium.
The 1-1. Bouncer past the mound. That's a base hit. Brown mad at himself for not getting a glove on that comebacker. It was a one-hopper just to the first base side of the mound. Brown stabbed at it and missed it.
Yeah, that's one I know he's frustrated. That one's got to be a catch. Sometimes that ball goes by you and you just kind of, as you said, he stabbed at it and didn't come up with it.
Brad Keller throwing in the Cub bullpen. Teoscar Hernandez, the tying run at the plate, swings and misses.
This guy off to as good a start as anybody in baseball, hitting over 300. 5 bombs already in the first couple weeks, 16 driven in.
And the 0-1. Check swing ground ball right side, played by Horner, plenty of time, throws him out to end the inning. 6 shutout innings for Ben Brown. It's on to inning number 7. Cubs 2, Dodgers nothing on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Listen for great Cubs guests all season long on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. With our industry-leading selection of driving options, you'll find a job with the freight, home time, and schedule you've been looking for. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Don't wait. Find a job that offers the stability you need to fuel your career. Search jobs and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Say yes to Pure Leaf Tea and free gas for a year only at True North Convenience Stores. When it comes to quality, say yes to the delicious taste of real brewed Pure Leaf Tea. True North stores are stocked with your favorite flavors like unsweetened, extra sweet, and raspberry. For a limited time, enter for a chance to win free gas for a year. Check the True Rewards app for details or download the mobile app from the Apple or Google Play stores. True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Top 7, the Cubs leading the Dodgers 2-0. The 7th inning is sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Pat?
A brilliant outing for Ben Brown. And Ron, you pointed out we have not seen a lot of his teammates walk over to congratulate him in the Cubs first base dugout, as Carson Kelly, Cubs catcher, leads off this 7th inning against Ben Kasparius. And he'll take a strike. The next offering fouled away. And now I do see a couple of guys walking over and shaking Ben's hand. So perhaps he is done. But what an outing for Ben Brown.
Yeah, 6 shutout innings, 5 hits against the Dodgers. You know, going into the ball game, if you'd asked Craig Counsell if he'd have got this, would you have taken it? That would be an absolute yes.
This is one of the loudest ballparks in the big leagues, especially when you have a crowd like this in excess of 50,000. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball deep left field. Back goes Conforto. It's got a chance. Gone. Carson Kelly. Cubs lead 3-0. There have been some hard hit balls hit tonight, Ron. I had to wait to make sure because this Pacific air will knock it down sometimes. There was no knocking down this one.
Yeah, big, strong guy. Kelly, he clicks on this one. He knew it as soon as he hit it. They want this fastball down and away, and it's down and in. And he hammers this ball about 6 or 7 rows back. So big swing in the bat for the Cubs.
His third of the year. Cubs lead 3-0. 11 RBIs for Carson Kelly. He's 2 for 2 with a homer, a walk, and a single in that number 9 spot.
How about
the
that?
Cubs catchers have just been excellent hitters. Miguel Amaya and Carson Kelly. Still nobody out in the inning. Cubs out hitting the Dodgers 7-5 and lead 3-0. Happ laces one foul down the right field line. Well, it's time to name the hardest working player.
Might have just talked about him.
Want to go with Carson Kelly or Ben Brown? Or half and half?
Browning could be your, I don't know if you're going to get much more of a toast of the game ball player for later in the game, but talk about a combination of those two.
The 1-2 to Happ is fouled away.
6 innings of shutout baseball in Dodger Stadium. You give them all the awards.
Against this lineup? Yeah. I would not complain. Kasparius got away with a hanging pitch that time to Happ. Ian with a couple of singles. Here comes the 1-2. He lays off a high fastball.
Guys, the Cubs have announced that Seiya Suzuki left tonight's ball game with what they're calling right wrist pain.
Okay.
All right, Zach, thank you for that report. Here comes the 2-2. Happ takes down low, 3-2. Let's see if Happ can get on. Still nobody out, a run in the bank. And he'll take high. You bet he can get on. That's a base on balls.
Third time tonight, Ian has been on base. Couple singles and now a walk. Now after the home run by Kelly, see if Ian takes off or if the Cubs do a little something.
I see some guys standing up, moving around, loosening up in the Dodger bullpen. They'll try to find out who's coming in to pitch for the Cubs in the bottom of the inning. Kyle Tucker at the plate. Tucker checks and takes a strike. Tucker turned in the defensive gem of the night, a fantastic diving catch in right center. Offensively, he has lined out, walked, and popped out.
Julian Merriweather, Pat, is warming up for the Cubs in the bullpen.
Okay.
Yeah, that play by Tucker in right center field, he just lays out for that ball. I did not think he was going to get to that ball, and he did. Made an excellent catch.
Now the wave is rippling around Dodger Stadium. Swing and a miss by Tucker.
Attention media, Cubs designated hitter Seiya Suzuki left with right wrist pain. Suzuki left with right wrist pain.
Boy, it does get loud here. And the pitch on the way to Tucker, looped into right, a base hit. Happ around second. He's going to go to third easily. Tucker got jammed, hit it right off the hands, looped it over the head of Freeman and into right. Good base running by Happ. He motors to third. Still nobody out, and now the Cubs are concentrating on breaking this game wide open.
Now this ball does get in on Tucker. It's a breaking ball inside about mid-thigh. He breaks his bat, but just gets enough of the barrel to get it out over the infield and drop it into short right.
Here is Miguel Amaya batting. A little surprised to see the Dodger infield back. There's a liner into center field. There's a base hit. And a run comes in to score. Cubs lead 4-0. Miguel Amaya delivers. So both catchers have driven in runs here in the 7th inning. Stopping at second on the play, Tucker. Happ comes in to score. 4-0. Still nobody out. And now you're in the middle of the order.
Boy, and I love that Amaya was on this first pitch fastball. It's down and away, but he is on this pitch and just serves it right back into the middle of the diamond for a base hit. Cubs offense coming alive here in this inning.
Bush has hit the ball right on the button every time up. He's homered and doubled and flied to the warning track in center. He pops it up foul out of play. Interesting. I don't really see anybody throwing in the Dodger bullpen, and that surprises me.
Yeah, I would agree.
Four nothing Cubs, nobody out. 2 runs in this inning. And Bush lays off a curveball down in the dirt. Arizona, it looks like, has rallied down in Phoenix against Milwaukee. We'll get Zach to bring us an update on that one. And now the 1-1 from Kasparius. Bush loops one right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third and heading in to score is Tucker, and the Cubs lead 5-0. Amaya held at second. Michael Bush having quite a night. He actually hit this ball harder than I initially thought. It fell in front of Pages in center, and the Cubs lead 5-0.
Yeah, Cubs with 3 runs in on the inning. Still nobody out. Dodgers still with nobody warming up in their bullpen. I just, this is one of those moves where you just don't understand what they're doing. They're just leaving this guy out there, and Cubs just keep whacking the ball around the yard.
Swanson will be the 6th man to bat in the inning. 3 runs have scored, still nobody out, and the pitch to Dansby is swung on and missed. 0-1. Finally, there will be some activity out in the Dodger pen.
But it's not like they're rushing around to get ready. As I'm watching the camera in their bullpen, thinking it's kind of odd to me.
Here's a line drive down the left field line. That's a base hit. This is going to drive in a run. The throw will be made toward the cutoff man. Coming in to score is Miguel Amaya, and the Cubs lead 6-0. These are not cheapies. These are all hard hit balls the Cubs are whacking around in this 7th inning.
In this game, this is still a close ball game. Going into this inning, I just don't understand what the Dodgers were thinking by not, and Garcia's warming up in the pen, but, I just don't understand. It makes no sense to me. RBIs by Cubs batters, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old at Old National Bank, and the merry-go-round continues here for the Cubs in this inning with a 4th spot here in the 7th.
Ron, how about the hardest working player, just the Cubs offense in this 7th inning?
Yeah.
What a great job they've all done. Brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Cubs have Bosched out 6 hits in this inning. It's a new baseball term. And the pitch, bouncer toward the middle, scooped up by Betts. He'll step on second for the first out in the inning. That's a force out. Swanson is out. And the Cubs lead is now 6-0 with men at first and third and 1 away. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's team on the Spiegel and Holmes Show afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Infield still back. First and third, 1 away. Nico Horner, nothing for 3 in the game. And still the Dodgers not trying to cut off, playing back for the double play apparently. As the runner at first is going, the throw to second goes through, not nearly in time. Stolen base.
Now, I thought Workman was going to get his first base hit up the middle, but it did not work out that way. But he does get a stolen base here.
Gage Workman replaced Turner in the lineup. Now the infield is in for the Dodgers. Nico Horner with a chance to pick up a couple of RBIs. He fouls it away.
Well, he got a hanging breaking ball there.
Ben Brown is the beneficiary of this offensive outburst. It's his game to win, and he's done for the night. And what a job he did. 6 shutout innings against these Dodgers in their park. The 1-1 lifted to right. Pretty well hit, but it will be caught. It will also drive in a run. Tagging and scoring. And a runner moves up to third. Cubs lead 7-0 as Bush scores. And Gage Workman advances to third on the play. And the Cubs are on top 7-0. Give Nico Horner his 9th run batted in of the year.
And now that brings out Dave Roberts. He's kind of let the cat out of the bag already with a 5 spot. I really do not understand what was going on here in this ballgame.
There was also a point earlier, Ron, where I thought they would bring the infield in. This is well before this big rally started, and they kept it back as if to say, we'll give up a run to trade it for a double play. It didn't make sense, but anyway, every team's got their own issues, right? Cubs lead 7-0. Pitching change coming up for the Dodgers. And this particular pitching change is sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Cubs lead by 7 with a big 5-run rally here in the 7th inning. And we'll be back with more after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for great Cubs guests all season long on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
True North stores have Primo Eats and Pepsi brand products that are heavy on taste and light on your wallet. Right now, buy any Primo sandwich and add a 20-ounce Pepsi brand beverage for just $1. Handmade every day, Primo uses quality meats and cheeses. Complete the meal with a Pepsi. Grab any Primo sandwich and pair it with a 20-ounce Pepsi brand beverage for just $1. Get more with the True Rewards mobile app. Available in your app store. True North convenience stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Luis Garcia, the new right-handed pitcher for the Dodgers. Cubs with the man at third and 2 down in this 7th inning. A 5-run rally, and it's not over yet. One of the nice things about the rally run, 5 different men with RBIs in this Cubs 7th inning. Crow Armstrong waiting, and he'll lash one towards center. Going back is Pages. Pages makes the catch going away to end the inning. But the Cubs score a high 5. On the same number of hits. They leave 1 middle of the 7th inning. Cubs 7, Dodgers nothing on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
A brain tumor, a stroke, a condition threatening who you are. At Loyola Medicine, our nationally ranked neurology team maps every move to protect speech, mobility, and identity. Because saving lives also means preserving what makes you, you. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Don't let a minor vehicle problem turn into something serious. Now, at participating AMCO centers, get a free vehicle courtesy check to keep a small problem from getting worse. And if cash is tight, get up to $100 as a mail-in rebate with the AMCO credit card. Easy payment plans are available even if your credit is not perfect. Search AAMCO. That's AMCO. AAMCO. Dashboard warning lights, strange noises. AMCO can fix that.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Right now, get 4 windows free with every 4 you buy, plus no interest for 2 years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
Did slow shipping spoil your brand's big sale? Partner with ShipBob for better, faster order fulfillment for your e-commerce brand. ShipBob fulfills orders for you, whether they're from your website, retail partners, marketplaces, or social channels, and delivers affordable 2-day shipping from dozens of fulfillment centers across the U.S. and worldwide. Plus, our dashboard lets you view real-time inventory levels across all your locations and channels. Go to shipbob.com for a free quote.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Pat, earlier you talked about that game in Arizona. The Diamondbacks rally with a 5-spot in the 9th to beat the Brewers 5-4. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., a walk-off sac fly.
Well, they have that knack. We saw that a couple of weeks ago. Big late inning rally against the Cubs. That's an explosive Diamondback team. Thanks, Zach, for the report. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Julian Merriweather is the new Cubs pitcher. Cubs lead 7-0. And there's a strike in the count now. 1-2. Cubs pitching changes sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Still thinking about that 5-run inning to walk off Milwaukee. How about that?
And the 1-2 down low for a ball. Great outing for Ben Brown. Quality start indeed. Quality starts by the Cubs, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Now the 2-2, fly ball foul off to the left and out of play. We are getting the attendance figure. I think I heard the word sellout.
Yep. I think it was 53837, but I'm not.
Was that your exact guess?
No, but pretty close.
Close enough. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Merriweather strikes out Conforto. 1 down, 7th inning. Cubs lead 7-0. The first out in the inning. Sponsored by Xfinity. You know, you can stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live twice. Well, let me correct that. It's only live once.
Once.
See how quickly
5
you can
times
forget.
in a game, though.
You can forget these things.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Here comes the 1-0 to Edman, and he'll take a strike.
Good gas right at the top of the zone. Good fastball.
Cubs trying to become the first team to beat the Dodgers in this ballpark this season. They had been 7-0. Fly ball to left down the line, slicing toward foul territory and out of play.
All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. I wonder, as I'm, as we're kind of, you and I've been talking even in between innings, we were talking about what was going on with the Dodgers and why they were so reluctant to get somebody up in that 7th inning. The game was a 2-run ball game with the firepower that they have, and they that guy out there, and the Dodgers gave up 5 runs in the top half of this inning. I wonder if their bullpen it's been used a lot. If they've only got a very limited, access to the bullpen today, and it was just one of those things where there's 2 or 3 guys, that's it, and that's all you got. And so I'm sure we'll find out after the ball game, because Dave Roberts will be asked that question after the game.
Bouncing ball right side, sharply hit, glove by Horner in the hole, makes the throw to first, a short throw in time, and that's going to be out number 2. Edman is retired. I do know their starters, Ron, the Dodger starters, struggled on the road trip through Philadelphia and Washington. And I think collectively, the starters had an ERA of well over 5. They lost 4 of those 6 games, the Dodgers did, so perhaps that's a factor. Just a little bit of fatigue that you referenced a minute ago.
Well, and the Dodger bullpen has been very good so far this season, but it has also been used a lot. So that just very well could be the point of what you're making is, there's some nights that you just go, we're real thin, and that's just the way it is. And if we don't get a long outing by our starter, we've got 2 guys down there. That's what we got.
The big right-hander Merriweather fires. This ball is fouled away. The Dodgers on the 2-4 trip through Philly and Washington. Their starters in 6 games were a collective 0-3 with a 7.11 ERA. So that tells you they were not working deep into games. Fastball is taken high. I think I saw 3 inning stints, 4 innings. But it happens even to the best teams. Cubs looking for their 10th win against 7 losses. Here comes the 3-1. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Shallow and very playable for Tucker. The former Gold Glove winner makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Merriweather. We go to the bottom or the top of the 8th inning. Cubs 7, Dodgers nothing on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Start your mornings with Cubs Talk. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the score.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
You're about to head out and your phone starts blowing up. The temptation is real. What if it's your situationship texting back? Even if it is, what are you going to do? Respond now? It's getting thirsty. You turn on Do Not Disturb. Smart move. Your roster is a train wreck, but your driving doesn't have to be. Drop it and drive. Think you could put down the phone and pick up some points? Head to itsnotagameillinois.com to play the retro arcade.
Valley Chicago Casino, where we live to be rewarded. Join Valley Rewards, where rewards come first. New members receive $100 in value just for signing up. Enjoy free parking, free dining, and free play. The more you play, the more you earn. Join now and start winning today. More offers, more rewards, more value. That's Valley Chicago. Open 24/7 in Chicago's vibrant River North neighborhood. Bet on Bally's. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
8th inning, sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Ron Zach Zaidman has pointed out some changes as we go to inning number 8. Let's see what we've got. Chris Taylor takes over in center. Andy Pages goes over to right. And Kike Hernandez now is playing first base. Carson Kelly ignited that 7th inning rally with a leadoff home run before the dust had settled. The Cubs had scored 5 times, one of their biggest innings on this young season. Swing and a miss by Kelly. Cubs out hitting the Dodgers 11-5.
Yeah, Kelly with a long, towering home run to left field. Tough play of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. How about that? Is it fourth or fifth inning? 6-4-3 double play.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be our tough play of the game.
So Freeman is out of the lineup. And so is Hernandez. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way to Kelly. A chopper foul at the plate. One more game in this series. Cubs trying to hang on and get things even here tonight. They lead by 7. Tomorrow's game begins at 6:10 Central Time. Swinging a topper foul right side. Again, these Dodgers will be at Wrigley Field. They really are a team full of stars. Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, just to name 3. Kid we saw last night, a very impressive pitcher, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The 2-2 swing and a foul at the plate. But they'll be at Wrigley on April 22nd and 23rd, the last 2 regular season meetings between the 2 teams for this season. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. Each game begins at 6:40. Kelly waits for the 2-2. Takes a little bit low and outside. So Eric Karros, former Cub.
Yeah.
He was working here last night. Always good to see Eric. He spent that 2003 year with the Cubs, and I loved his comment, and I read it again a day or two ago. Here comes the 3-2. Low and inside, he walks him. Kelly gets the leadoff walk. He said every ball player should spend at least 1 year playing for the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
And you were certainly in that category.
Absolutely. And I think, Eric and I were teammates here with the Dodgers. We've been friends a long time. I was coming up in the league. He had just gotten in the league. I think that was his second year, and he was Rookie of the Year.
Ian Happ cracks it foul deep to right out of play.
But a really good player, big time pop in his bat, power hitter. But the other thing about EK is great guy. Always has been just great guy. We had a nice chat with him yesterday, just laughing. He's just a really good people. He was a good teammate. Did very well for the Cubs.
Ian Happ swings and misses. Foul tipped it. He's still alive. It's 0-2. Cubs lead 7-0. But I saw him and he said, "Pat Hughes," and I, instead of saying hi, Eric, there was a famous home run that he hit against a Yankee right-hander. It was on a Saturday afternoon back in 2003, June. It was Kerry Wood against Roger Clemens, if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
National TV, of course. 40,000 at Wrigley, absolutely, of course. And it was a 3-run homer on the first pitch thrown by the guy that relieved Clemens in the 7th inning. And all I had to do was say the guy's name to Eric, and he broke out into a laugh.
Yeah.
Juan Acevedo.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a chopper foul toward first. And he said, "Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that recall."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so do I.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
One of those magic moments. I can still see it. Solid line drive just over the wall, kind of near the indentation. In left. Right where the bleachers begin. Here comes the pitch down low. And the count remains 2-2 on Ian Happ. Is it my imagination, or has Happ been up there about 12 minutes?
Yeah, he's been up there a while. There's no doubt.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way to Ian. I think he has gained a year of his life since this at-bat began.
You might get extra service time for this at-bat.
But that was fun thinking about that home run that Eric Karros hit, and he absolutely recalled it instantly, and we both had a good laugh. Swinging a foul back.
Well, the Dodgers got a couple broadcasters with major Cubs ties with Rick Monday. Mo, one of our buddies and a guy we've been friends with a long time.
Sure.
He played center field for the Cubs for a long time. Led off, hit 32 bombs as a leadoff guy for the Cubs one year.
Pitch to Ian Happ, bounced foul again. Another guy who spent a brief period for the Cubs is a current Dodger broadcaster, Nomar Garciaparra.
Yeah, that's right. Nomar was here yesterday, too, I believe, doing the pregame show. And Eric was doing the game yesterday.
Happ will hit one foul again. And the umpire has sent a message over to Dodger management. We are running out of baseballs.
Yeah. Go back to the umpire clubhouse and get another case of balls.
Is there a sporting goods store still open at this hour on a Saturday night? Now the 3-2 pitch on the way. Happ lines one down the right field line. That's a base hit. Oh, that paid off. It's going to be an extra base knock for Ian as he has just collected his third hit of the game. Stopping at third on the play is Kelly. Ian Happ with 2 singles, a walk, and now a double, on base 4 times. That's a good night for a leadoff hitter.
That is a very good night for a leadoff guy. And Cubs continuing to pound the baseball. They've got 12 hits now in the game with 7 runs. It's been a very good night for the Cubs offense.
Just another couple of thoughts. I might be mistaken on this, but I think Roger Clemens that day at Wrigley, it would have been 2003, I think he was going for his 300th win.
I think you're right. I remember that, yeah.
And they had the lead early. He did not get a decision. There's a pitch down low. I don't think he had the decision. He might have left with 2 men on base. But Caros hit a 3-run homer off the new man on the first pitch in the 7th inning, Juan Acevedo. Kerry Wood was a winner, and it was victory number 50, 5-0 for Kerry, so a milestone. But what a day. Don't you love those baseball moments that are just frozen in time, and all you have to do is think about them, and they just bring back a flood of great feelings.
Absolutely.
It's one of the special things. I'm sure every sport to a degree has those moments. Here's the 1-1. Bouncer toward the middle, base hit to center. This is going to drive in a pair. 2 runs are going to score on Kyle Tucker's single up the middle. And the Cubs now lead by a score of 9-0. Tucker with 18 runs batted in. Runs batted in by Cubs batters are becoming very common here in these last couple of innings. And they're also sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Old National Bank.
Well, as somebody that I've hung out with for the last 12 years, say that'll never get old.
Never
2-run
goes out
singles if you're hitting them.
Never goes out of style. Not once will it.
Yeah, what'd you say now, Tucker, with 18 runs driven in already?
And the fact that this is only game number 17 for the Chicago Cubs. Pretty good ratio, I would say.
Yeah, you keep that up for another 5 months. Oh, Nelly.
One ball and 1 strike. Something tells me you were a big Keith Jackson fan. Deep drive to right center field, back toward the wall, and gone. Miguel Amaya to the opposite alley in right, creaming one, and the Cubs now have broken it wide open and lead 11-0. Well, you got to be very strong to hit a ball that far at this time of the night at Dodger Stadium, Ron.
We've seen 2 opposite field home runs. Michael Busch to left, really left center, right over the 375 mark, and now Amaya with a bomb. I was watching, and I'm like, just from playing here and then broadcasting all these years, you're waiting for that ball to either hit the wall or bounce into the wall in right center. And this one goes back like, 4 or 5 rows. This is a long, long home run.
Cubs have scored 4 here in the 8th inning. Still nobody out. And Miguel Rojas, a position player, not a pitcher by trade, is going to do some mop-up duty, and it looks like he'll get possibly as much as 2 innings of work. We're going to take a timeout. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com. Cubs 11, Dodgers nothing. We'll be back with more on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Kyle Tucker. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Whether you like a light ale, a frosty lager, a hoppy IPA, or a malty-dark stout, Omaha is ready to pour you the perfect pint. You've heard of our legendary steaks and our homegrown Reuben sandwich. Omaha's craft brew pairs with these and so much more. You might be a visitor, but you'll never feel like a stranger when you belly up to the bar at our friendly brew pubs. Download our free Omaha Craft Brew Penny Pack with buy one, get one for a penny discounts at 12 participating Omaha breweries. Find it at visitomaha.com/pennypack.
You're about to head out and your phone starts blowing up. The temptation is real. What if it's your situationship texting back? Even if it is, what are you going to do? Respond now? It's getting thirsty. You turn on Do Not Disturb. Smart move. Your roster is a train wreck, but your driving doesn't have to be. Drop it and drive. Think you could put down the phone and pick up some points? Head to itsnotagameillinois.com to play the retro arcade.
Some of the Dodger fans have started heading for the exits as the Cubs have a commanding 11-0 lead. And Miguel Rojas' first pitch was a ball. Second one is hit in the air to center. It's going to be caught by the center fielder Taylor, and that's out number 1.
Well, now the one thing about that last at bat that just got the out and the Dodger fans cheering, Michael Busch has a homer in the second, a double in the 6th, and a single in the 7th. He only needed a triple for the cycle.
And as you say that, Ron, that ball that he was robbed on in third, a leaping catch by Pages, had that ball rattled around a little bit out in center, he might have had a triple on that ball.
Absolutely. That pitch was a blazing 44 miles an hour from Rojas.
The next pitch to Dansby Swanson is high. Please stay tuned for the toast of the game. That'll be an interesting choice for you tonight. Named by Ron Coomer. And the toast of the game.
Yeah.
Again, we'll get to that a bit later. It's presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Coming up in the 9th inning, it says here. Okay. Swanson will take one in there for a called strike. And it's 2-2. These pitches are just being lobbed in there, almost like it's a different sport we're watching.
Yeah, it's 44 miles an hour.
Here's a fly ball into shallow left center. It's going to be caught by Taylor, and that's out number 2.
Cubs scored 1 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th, and now 4 in the 8th. And there was nobody out. Rojas comes in, throws a few pitches 44 miles an hour, and gets 2 quick outs. That's baseball. You just never know.
2 down, 4 runs in. Cubs on top 11-0. And here's a base hit to right.
No way.
A base hit to right for Gage Workman, and noteworthy because that is the first big league hit for Gage Workman. They're going to stop the action. They're going to toss that ball into the dugout, and it'll be preserved on the trophy case for Gage Workman. We congratulate him. He's a nice young man. I knew it was coming. And that single will put him in the hit column in big league baseball history.
Yeah, really nice young guy. We're just absolutely stoked about making the Cubs ball club, getting the trip to Japan and going with them and making the team then after.
Here's a bouncer to short. Betts goes to first, and that will end the inning. But the Cubs frolicking here at Dodger Stadium. 9 runs in the last 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Cubs 11 and the Dodgers nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Marshall Harris here. We're talking Cubs middays 10-2 on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Drinks or dabs? The vibe's only good if you get home safe. Can you make the right call when it counts? Head over to itsnotagameinillinois.com to play our retro arcade. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Bally's Chicago Casino, where we live to be rewarded. Join Bally Rewards, where rewards come first. New members receive $100 in value just for signing up. Enjoy free parking, free dining, and free play. The more you play, the more you earn. Join now and start winning today. More offers, more rewards, more value. That's Bally's Chicago. Open 24/7 in Chicago's vibrant River North neighborhood. Bet on Bally's. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Organ failure takes more than strength to overcome. It takes expertise. Loyola Medicine's transplant program is among the most experienced in Illinois, with innovative approaches like gene expression profiling and robotic-assisted surgery. When the odds are long, we bring precision, compassion, and hope. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Don't let a minor vehicle problem turn into something serious. Now, at participating AMCO centers, get a free vehicle courtesy check to keep a small problem from getting worse. And if cash is tight, get up to $100 as a mail-in rebate with the AMCO credit card. Easy payment plans are available even if your credit is not perfect. Search AAMCO. That's AMCO. AAMCO. Dashboard warning lights, strange noises. AMCO can fix that.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Cubs gear. Cubs making some defensive changes. Gage Workman now moves to shortstop. Matt Shaw in the game at third. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. And Caleb Thielbar is the new pitcher on the mound. The only left-hander in that bullpen for the Cubs. He is in the game now and working on the Dodger batter, Andy Pages.
And the count is 0-2, Pat. I think there was a pitch clock violation.
We invite all of you to stay tuned for the toast of the game, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot, coming up in the 9th inning. Boy, certainly some candidates.
Who do you got?
I kind of like the effort by Ben Brown.
Yeah.
Young right-handed pitcher. He mowed down the Dodgers. 5 shutout innings. It's his game to win. In fact, I think he may have gone 6 innings. I got the idea from Ron, who held up the fingers for me.
Yeah.
Seems like that happened about 3 days ago, the 6th inning. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Pages is out on strikes.
Well, Ian's at bat took a half hour. We established that.
Sure did.
So, yeah. And pitch clock violations, they're sponsored by Verizon. So you had one here to start out the inning.
Xfinity, they sponsor that first out in the inning. Stream sports from the best seat in the house. Fly ball to right, slicing foul and back out of play. Tucker running over, bumping into that padded sidewall. So they don't want one of your star players overdoing it with an 11-run lead in the 8th inning. Some guys, it's hard to tell them not to hustle, though. It becomes such an attitude and such a consistent way of playing that it's hard for them to back off.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Mm-hmm.
The attendance winner here tonight. Let's see. The attendance figure was 53,887. Another whopping crowd.
Wow.
And it looks like I was a little bit closer. All of us were in the neighborhood. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, just drop down on your knees and sob uncontrollably. Now the 2-2. Bounce toward third. Oh, what a play by Workman. Or Shaw. That's Shaw who made the play, and he comes up throwing to get him. Matt Shaw just checked in, made a nice play. Everyone making a contribution tonight. It's a good sign.
Well, that way guys don't have to drop down to their knees and sob uncontrollably.
Zach is preparing the postgame show for you. That will follow our ball game tonight. It's the Verizon Cubs radio postgame show. Miguel Rojas, who came in to pitch and got the 3 outs in the top of the inning, is now batting. The 0-1, swing and a miss.
I would guess he would stay in the game and continue to pitch.
That would make sense. Yeah. There's the 0-2. Curveball dips down low for a ball.
Theobald, good hook, just missed down below the zone.
San Diego beat Colorado tonight. Zach's going to have all the scores for you later on. This ball is fouled off to the right, out of play. A little bit of an earlier start tomorrow. It's not a day game. It's the Sunday night game of the week, so it'll start at 6:10 Central Time. Fly ball to deep left, but it's playable for Happ. Near the track, makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Thielbar. It's on to the 9th. Cubs 11, Dodgers nothing. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
You and your friend who is freshly lifted off some prime kush are finishing a pregame bev when they suggest karaoke at the dive across town. What's the move? Drive? It's no big deal. Or take a ride share? Ride share it is.
Your ride is here.
Level passed. Now your only worry later is pizza or tacos, not a DUI. Drive sober or get pulled over. Can you make the right call? Head to itsnotaGameIllinois.com to play our retro arcade.
Cancer doesn't follow a script, and neither do we. At Loyola Medicine, our experts personalize every treatment, including advanced options like intraoperative radiation therapy. With compassion and precision, we fight for better outcomes every day. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Don't let a minor vehicle problem turn into something serious. Now, at participating AMCO centers, get a free vehicle courtesy check to keep a small problem from getting worse. And if cash is tight, get up to $100 as a mail-in rebate with the AMCO credit card. Easy payment plans are available even if your credit is not perfect. Search AAMCO. That's AMCO. AAMCO. Dashboard warning lights, strange noises. AMCO can fix that.
Top of the 9th inning here at Dodger Stadium. All Cubs, they've got an 11-0 lead. The 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Pat?
It's a pretty insightful comment, Zach, and I thank you for that.
How about the catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover Weekend Getaway in Des Moines, where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. And the catch of the game was the diving catch by Turner. Right? That was what we kind of established as great catch earlier in the ball game.
Took a base hit away from Mookie Betts in the 3rd inning. He's got great range out in right field. Kyle Tucker. Pete Crow Armstrong lines one down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. He'll take it. And he'll round first, and he's going to jog into second with a standing double. Ball players are not going to be taking extra bases or doing anything to show up the opposition. It's a blowout. It's a one-sided game.
Yeah.
It happens to even the best teams.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the world champions. We're talking about the Dodgers, and they're trailing 11-0 in their park on a Saturday night in front of a sellout.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely not what the Dodgers were hoping for going into this ball game.
Rojas still doing the pitching. I guess you can still call it that.
Yeah.
He's just lobbing these pitches toward the plate. We need to select a toast of the game. Carson Kelly batting. Well, lots of candidates. But the guy who kept the Cubs and kept the Dodgers out of the game. There's a deep drive to left. This could go, and it is gone. A two-run homer for Carson Kelly, his second of the game. Kelly has been on base 5 times with 2 homers, 2 walks, and a single out of the 9 spot. This is a guy that's already hit for the cycle in a game in Sacramento. And Miguel Amaya came off the bench, and he had a big 2-run home run. The Cubs catcher's run, that's been one of the most pleasant surprises of this team on the young season.
Boy, without question.
Now, we knew they were both good ball players and good hitters, but they've been absolutely great hitters early in the year.
Yep, absolutely. They you know, for Kelly, he's done it all right. I mean, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well, doing a great job of learning the Cubs pitching staff and doing a very nice job with them. And Miguel has been off to a great start also.
Swing and a miss by Ian Happ. So Kelly with 2 homers in tonight's game, 4 for the year. And the next pitch lined foul. Ron, who do you like for the toast of the game?
I think you got to go with Ben Brown. I think going into this ball game, you got a young pitcher on the mound facing this big lineup with the Dodgers and world champs in front of 54,000 people. Ian took a big swing at a 40-mile-an-hour pitch and hit it right off the end of the bat foul. But I think, going into this game, that's one of those very tough ball games for a young guy, and he really threw the ball well.
Happ tonight has been on base 4 times, 2 singles, a walk, and a double. He has scored twice. Some of the fans have gone home. Here's a bouncer back to the mound, fielded by Rojas. Shovels to first in time. And that's going to be out number 1. Thanks to Mike Noto, our engineer. I mentioned we used to work with his father, Tony. I remember one pregame show that I did with the legendary Vin Scully right here in this booth. And Tony Noto was engineering. And Tony was instrumental in arranging for it.
Okay.
With Vinny, you had to kind of go through certain channels. You couldn't just go over and say, "Hey, Vin, can you do it?" You had to set it up. And here's a line drive into left center, a base hit for John Birdie into the game. But anyway, Vinny was very nice. He came over. And I remember the first question. It always gave me a good laugh. I said, "Vin, thanks for being here. You look great. How you doing?" "Well, Pat, I've learned in life there are 3 stages. There's childhood, there is adulthood, and there's you're looking wonderful." Here is a swing and a foul back.
That means you look great for the downward slide? Is that what you're saying there?
Childhood, adulthood, and you're looking wonderful. I love that. And the pitch hits Miguel Amaya. And this will put men at first and second. So Birdie goes to second. This type of a game, which is a complete blowout, 13 runs, 18 hits for the Cubs, no runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. I don't know if we've ever had a game in this park like this in my 30 years.
I don't recall one either. No.
How about when you played for the Dodgers? That's not going to happen very often.
No, it didn't. I don't recall having, we had a very good team when I played here.
Here's a base hit to right for Michael Busch. He's going to get another extra base knock as a run will score. Busch has a double and another RBI.
Bushy needed a triple for the cycle.
He's got his 4th hit and his 3rd run batted in. And remember, he was robbed of what quite possibly would have been a grand slam back in the 3rd inning. (14-0) Cubs. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and here's a bouncer to short. Runners will not advance, and Matt Busch is thrown out by Mookie Betts for out number 2. Ben Brown is going to get the win. For him, it'll be his 2nd big league win this year. And now Gage Workman drives one in the air, right center field toward the gap. That's going to be a base hit. Gage Workman's going to get his first 2 runs batted in the big leagues. He's got a double. And the Cubs are pouring it on the Dodgers. It is 16-0. How about the last 3 innings of this game? The Cubs got 5 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th, and 5 more in the 9th. You don't see that very often.
No, you really don't. What did we have earlier this season? 18, right? Was it an 18 spot
against Sacramento? Here's a base hit to left by Nico Horner. Workman stops at 3rd. Well, each guy gets his at-bats, and you can't tell him, don't try.
Right, no, I would agree.
You're a professional. Your job is to go up and try to get hits.
I would agree.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the batter. And he will swing and foul it away. 21 hits for the Cubs in this game. This will give a boost to a lot of batting averages. Here's the fly ball into right center. Pages, the right fielder, will make the catch to end the inning. The Cubs get 5. It's an absolute blowout. Cubs 16, Dodgers nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
What defines tough? It's facing the unthinkable, standing tall. It's teamwork, resilience, precision, and compassion. At Loyola Medicine, we treat the most complex cases with unshakable resolve and unmatched expertise. We don't just care, we fight, we heal. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Don't let a minor vehicle problem turn into something serious. Now, at participating AMCO centers, get a free vehicle courtesy check to keep a small problem from getting worse. And if cash is tight, get up to $100 as a mail-in rebate with the AMCO credit card. Easy payment plans are available even if your credit is not perfect. Search AAMCO. That's AMCO. AAMCO. Dashboard warning lights, strange noises. AMCO can fix that.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Right now, get 4 windows free with every 4 you buy. Plus, no interest for 2 years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Mookie Betts will lead it off. Nate Pearson, the new man on the mound. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Fly ball to right center. Crow Armstrong on the run, makes the catch. Left-handed center fielder gently collides with that blue padded wall out in deep right center. Out number one.
Boy, and he can just go get him. If it stays in the park, Crow Armstrong's going to catch it. That ball had double written all over it, and he just made that catch look easy.
Please stay tuned for Zach Zaidman's post-game show. We'll have all the other scores for you. Highlights of this one and more. The 1-0 is in there. Nope, it's not in there. It's a little bit outside, ball two. Game 3 in the series. Early tomorrow evening in the Central Time Zone. 6:10 Central start. Swinging a high pop fly. This is going to be out number 2. Matt Shaw at third. Squeezes for out number 2. So Colin Ray will start for the Cubs tomorrow. Yeah. Tyler Glasnow. We haven't seen Glasnow in a while.
Correct.
At least a couple of years, I think. Former Pirate.
Big hard thrower.
Big man, I remember that. Swing and a miss by Chris Taylor. Dodgers down to their last chance. Fly ball, shallow right field. Racing over. Nope, that's going to be a base hit. Nico plays it on a bounce. It's a 2-out single for Chris Taylor.
I think there's a little confusion in that one as Michael Busch was going out there. I think he had a beat on it and then got called off by Nico Horner, and then he didn't get to the ball. I think Michael Busch thought he probably could have caught that ball. I think he could have, but it ends up dropping in for a single.
Conforto will hit a fly ball into shallow left. This is going to end the game. Ian Happ's got it, and the Cubs win an easy one at Dodger Stadium. 16-0 the final. We'll be back with all the stats, stories, and recaps right after this. The Cubs win it 16-0 over the Dodgers. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Start your mornings with Cubs Talk. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score.
Did slow shipping spoil your brand's big sale? Partner with ShipBob for better, faster order fulfillment for your e-commerce brand. ShipBob fulfills orders for you, whether they're from your website, retail partners, marketplaces, or social channels, and delivers affordable 2-day shipping from dozens of fulfillment centers across the U.S. and worldwide. Plus, our dashboard lets you view real-time inventory levels across all your locations and channels. Go to shipbob.com for a free quote.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you feel like a brain tumor, a stroke, a condition threatening who you are. At Loyola Medicine, our nationally ranked neurology team maps every move to protect speech, mobility, and identity. Because saving lives also means preserving what makes you, you. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Don't let a minor vehicle problem turn into something serious. Now, at participating AMCO centers, get a free vehicle courtesy check to keep a small problem from getting worse. And if cash is tight, get up to $100 as a mail-in rebate with the AMCO credit card. Easy payment plans are available even if your credit is not perfect. Search AAMCO. That's AMCO. AAMCO. Dashboard warning lights, strange noises. AMCO can fix that.
Cubs win it. Fans filing out. It was the worst Dodger loss in franchise history. Worst home loss. As you hear the totals for the winning Chicago Cubs. 16 runs on 21 hits and no errors. Dodgers, no runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Worst shutout loss in Dodger history. And that goes back many, many decades. The winning pitcher, Ben Brown, now 2-1. The losing pitcher, Roki Sasaki, his first decision as a big league pitcher. A 2-hour and 40-minute ball game witnessed by 53,887. A huge crowd. I believe they did call it a sellout at Dodger Stadium. Ron, the final Cubs win 16-0. What are some final thoughts?
Well, I just thought, great game for Ben Brown. The Cubs needed a good start from him. And, boy, did he deliver. He was as good as we've seen him throw. Great fastball, good knuckle curve, but aggressive, throwing strikes. And then, the game here in the last inning really got out of hand, last 2 innings. But Cubs offense did their job, and they were banging the ball around the yard even before Rojas got in the game. That's why he was in there. So a very nice night for the Cubs offense and a really nice win, too, for the Cubs. They needed a good win here against the Dodgers.
Cubs have a chance to win the series.
That's
now.
right. They got a great chance to win. They won 2 series at home against 2 good ball clubs, and now you get a chance here at Dodger Stadium.
That's tomorrow at 6:10 p.m. Colin Ray pitching for the Cubs and Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. Thanks to Mike Noto, our engineer, for a job well done. Thanks to Zach Zaidman for all of his fine work, and please stay tuned because Zach's post-game show is right around the corner. For former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes saying thank you for listening and goodbye from Dodger Stadium in Southern California. Again, the final tonight, the Chicago Cubs 16 and the Los Angeles Dodgers nothing. This has been a presentation of The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WSCR 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network has been presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, Volvo, Roofers and Waterproofers Joint Apprenticeship Program, Joel Got Wine, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
Hey Chicago, this is Michael Bush. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years with fast local service and an industry-leading 96% customer